And killer bees are setting up shop in Florida, bringing an aggressive temper that makes them a threat to anyone who ventures outdoors, really. A swarm of African bees has recently trapped 3 people inside their home, attacked several firefighters and dogs, and 2 journalists. One of those dogs actually died from this attack. Joining me now is Jerry Hayes from the Florida Department of Agriculture and Chris McKinney, who is a WSVN photographer who was stung in a killer bee attack. Chris, let me start with you. Just tell us what happened. I know you went out to shoot a story about these killer bees and they turned on you, right?
Well, we did just that. As you know, Miami's a very competitive market. It's all about who gets there first, who gets the best pictures, and who gets them on the air first. That's how our whole story kind of started that day. We were the first crew to arrive. We kind of assessed the situation in the beginning, and as other stations started to roll up, the foot chase kind of began. I kind of advanced myself down about 30 yards away from where the bees were on a burning log at the time, and I marched down with my camera and tripod. As soon as I clicked my camera and my tripod, I made that clicking sound.
Right.
That concussion kind of traveled through the wind, and they started to swarm my way. I wasn't stung by many bees, just one bee stung me in my right forehand, and they pack quite a punch. They really give quite a kick once you get stung.
So what did that feel like? Was it terrifying, or did you know what was happening? Did you have time to think about what to do?
Well, it was a burning sensation. You try to remember the things that fire rescue personnel tells you, not panic and try not to hit and swat yourself too hard. But lightly in the beginning, started to brush them off myself. Maybe had half a dozen of them on me, and you just try to react calmly. And I started running down the street, and that's when I got stung.
And the big question.
It sounded like a.
Jerry,
go ahead.
Well, I have a question for Jerry, but Chris, the big question is, did you get the pictures?
We did. We did pretty good that day. I think we beat the competition, right. So our job was successful.
Good for you. Jerry Hayes, let me bring you in on this. Florida has dealt with everything from fire ants that literally can kill people to alligators, of course, and hurricanes. How bad is this for Florida in terms of its, the possibility of people being injured or even killed by these bees?
Well, this is the beginning of our transition to having this insect dominate the feral population, and so we're on a learning curve, but as the population of these insects increase, there are going to be more interactions between people and their pets and livestock, and we're doing our very best to try to mitigate that by dealing with various state agencies and the University of Florida and Extension to try to bring an awareness to the population of Florida.
What's the best thing, we just have about 20 seconds, for people to do if these bees start swarming towards them? How can they increase their chances?
If the bees, if they accompany a nest that the bees are going to be aggressive, going to defend their home, the best suggestion is to run. If they can run away and even run to a car or a truck or similar vehicle, or just get out of the area as soon as possible, that's our recommendation at this time.
All right, tough. Wow. All right, thanks very much, gentlemen. Chris and Jerry, good to have you with us.